In English, we love to talk about who owns what. Ownership is a big part of our daily conversations. Whether it's your friend's cool new phone or the cat's favorite toy, we need a way to show possession. This helps us make our sentences clear and precise. That's where the possessive case comes in handy. It's a simple yet powerful tool in the English language. It's simply a way to show that something belongs to someone or something else. This makes our communication more effective. Think of it like putting a little belongs to flag on a word. This flag helps us identify ownership quickly. The possessive case helps us avoid confusion and speak more naturally. It ensures that our listeners understand exactly what we mean. Instead of saying the book of John, we can say John's book. This makes our sentences shorter and more to the point. See how much smoother that sounds? It's not just about being correct. It's about being clear and elegant. The possessive case is your secret weapon for clear and concise communication. It's a small change that makes a big difference. Using the possessive case correctly will make your English sound more polished and fluent. People will notice the improvement in your speech. Plus, it'll save you from using clunky phrases like the hat that belongs to my sister. Instead, you can simply say my sister's hat. Let's dive into the rules and see how easy it is to master this essential grammar point. With a little practice, you'll be using the possessive case like a pro. Let's start with the simplest case, singular nouns. Singular nouns refer to just one person, place, or thing. This is when we're talking about just one person, place, or thing. It's straightforward and easy to understand. To show possession, we add an apostrophe and an S to the end of the noun. This small addition makes a big difference.
For example, the man's job tells us that the job belongs to one man. It's clear and specific. Similarly, the dog's bone clearly indicates that the bone belongs to a single dog. No confusion there. It's as easy as adding that little as to the end. This simple rule helps us show ownership.
Remember, this rule applies even if the singular noun already ends in S. It's a consistent rule. So we write the bus's wheels or the dress's buttons. It's important to be precise. The important thing is to show that the wheels belong to the bus and the buttons belong to the dress. Ownership is key. Now you're a singular possessive pro. You can confidently show possession in your writing. Now, what happens when we want to talk about things that belong to more than one person or thing? For plural nouns that don't end in S, the rule is the same as with singular nouns. Just add an apostrophe and an S.
Take the phrase, the people's choice, for instance. It means the choice made by a group of people. Similarly, the children's toys refers to the toys belonging to multiple children.
Addings to plural nouns like people and children clearly indicates that the possession belongs to the entire group. This simple rule helps us avoid confusion and communicate our ideas effectively. So, embrace the power of the possessive and make those plurals clear. Section 4. The S situation, plural nouns and possessives. In this section, we will explore the nuances of using plural nouns and how to correctly form their possessives. Things get a little trickier when we deal with plural nouns that already end in S. These nouns require special attention to ensure clarity and correctness. Instead of adding another S after the apostrophe, we only add the apostrophe, what. This rule helps to avoid awkwardness and maintain readability. This might seem strange at first, but it's all about simplifying things. By not adding an extra S, we make the possessive form easier to read and pronounce.
For example, the cat's toys means the toys belong to multiple cats. This way, we clearly indicate possession without making the phrase cumbersome. We don't say cats' toys because it would sound awkward and repetitive. The extra S would make the phrase difficult to say and understand. The same rule applies to words like dogs, houses, and cars. For instance, the dog's leashes, the house's roofs, and the car's engines.
Now let's talk about classical names. These names often follow a slightly different rule when it comes to possessives. These are names of historical figures or characters from ancient literature like Jesus or Socrates. They have a unique way of forming possessives. When we want to show possession with these names, we usually just add an apostrophe. This is a traditional rule that has been followed for centuries. For example, we write Socrates' philosophy. This method respects the historical and classical nature of these names while keeping the possessive form simple and clear. Section 5. Teaming up. Compound nouns and initials. What about compound nouns? These are nouns made up of two or more words, like mother-in-law or dining room. To show possession with compound nouns, we add the possessive s to the very end of the word.
For instance, we would say my mother-in-law's house or the dining room's chandelier. It's important to treat the entire compound noun as a single unit when adding the possessive.
Initials follow a similar rule. If we're talking about the work of J.K. Rowling, we would write J.K. Rowling's books. Again, we add the s to the very end, treating the initials as a single unit. Mastering these rules will make your writing clearer and more sophisticated. Thanks for watching my channel. Learn English free.